Now we're gonna start on our beading. It's very important ahead of time to match the beads to their natural hair color. So today we're gonna be going with our brown Silvie beads. We're gonna be starting our sectioning, again, 2 fingers away from the hairline, creating a small rectangle. A nice trick to make sure that your sectioning is the correct size, you can lay it all flat and then hold up your beads, and they should be the same size as your row. So now you want to make sure that you're pulling your section close to the hairline. With your right hand, you're going to open up your loop tool, grab that hair, and making sure that there's no crosshairs in the way, you're going to pull a bead all the way through. When it gets to this point, you're gonna wanna gently push the loop tool up and glide that hair out. At this point, it's very important to keep your loop tool by you, so just keep it rested on your pinky. The goal of this section is to create all of the row going to the middle of the head. So I like to just pet the hair until there's all the little crosshairs are gone, until it's laying perfectly flat. With your left hand, you want to hold it tight against the head and then take your pliers, gently go underneath. Without clamping yet, you're gonna just wiggle it until you meet resistance, making sure with your left hand you are pulling that section tight, and then with your right hand you can clamp. That is what your first section should look like. The second section, you're gonna wanna create another rectangle. Using your previous section as your guide, I like to make a long section. And again, making sure that everything is even. This is where you can make sure that there's no crosshairs. Continuing to go slow and make sure your sections are neat. This is very important for a clean application. So again, using your right hand, you're gonna open up your loop tool, pull that hair through, glide a bead up, and gently glide that hair down, putting your loop tool back on your pinky and petting that hair until there are no loops in your section. Now that we're to our third section, we're gonna do our waterfall drop down section. This is so we can maintain a perfectly flat row while we can still pull all the hair through. So again, we're creating our rectangle, making sure that everything is even. But then at this point, I like to slip my pointer finger on my left hand underneath our previous section, and we're gonna split this section in half. Now we have enough hair to be able to pull through the bead. This is what your waterfall piece should look like. We are continuing it flat against the head while maintaining a smooth section. Now we're gonna repeat the same thing on this side, but instead of going to the right, we're gonna be going to the left. Both sections you want to end about 1 inch away from the center of the head, because this is where we're gonna be finishing off with our Silvie bow.